everyone. So I wanted to come on for just a minute to talk about my palette stash. This is the first video of my series, My Stash. I'm going to do a series of videos to show my stash of foundations, my stash of blushes, palettes, eyelashes, just anything beauty related, showing you guys what I have collected over the past, like however long I've been collecting makeup. So let's just get right into my palette stash. The first one I want to talk about is Too Faced, and these are in no particular order. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. I got this probably about a year ago. I really love this palette for an everyday palette. It is going to be universal for beginners, for, you know, makeup professionals. You know, it's just going to be a great palette. It's very versatile. You have your highlight shade, you've got several transition shades you can use, you've got some mattes and some shimmer, a very good variety of color and neutral shades in this palette. This is a winner chicken dinner right here. These smell like chocolate. I don't know if they taste like chocolate. No. The next brand I want to talk about is Urban Decay. I have 3 palettes from Urban Decay. I have the Naked 2 palette and the Naked 3. This is the Naked 2 palette. It comes with 12 shades, and they range in a variety from light to dark with a few shimmers put in here. Lots of variety, again with this one, very good for beginners and professionals. You can utilize this palette on a day-to-day basis. Every color in here is going to be wearable for work or school, as long as you don't go too deep and dark with the black. These are just gorgeous shadows. They are going to blend so easily. They're going to go on the eye and they're not going to cause you any problems whatsoever. You're going to get the pigment and you're going to get the blendability and the long wear out of these shadows. Next is the Naked 3 palette. This one is more along the lines of that rosy gold type colors, the color scheme. It's got a lot of rosy colors in here, some mattes that you can use to blend or transition with, and then you've got this really unique shade over here called Black Heart, which is a really gorgeous dark shadow with some rose-toned flecks of shimmer in it. It is just absolutely stunning. You can do some really awesome looks with this. This is more, to me, would be more of a creative palette to use. You could definitely use some of these shades on a day-to-day basis, but if I was going to get ready for a night out, this would be one that I would definitely reach for. The next one I have from Urban Decay is the Ammo palette. I'm not really sure if this little guy is still available. So this is what the package looks like. I think this is just adorable. I love skulls. That's kind of weird, but I do. So I just love the packaging. Comes with a little brush in, which usually falls out when I open it up, but these are all of the shadows in here. They are all shimmery, very, very shimmery, very metallic. They are colorful, bright. This is definitely going to be a palette for someone who likes to experiment and be creative with their eye looks. It's a gorgeous palette. The shades are ultra pigmented and ultra beautiful, and you know, if this is available and you're someone who really likes to experiment with their eye looks or create, different like high fashion makeup, this would definitely be a great palette for you. The next brand I want to talk about is Stila, and I have 2 palettes from Stila. The first one is the Mind palette. This one came out not too awfully long ago, but it is just a gorgeous palette. This is a all matte palette, which I love. You can utilize all matte palettes. You can bring this in with any of your other palettes that have shimmery shades in there. You can use all of these for like your matte transitions right in here, and then you can deepen up your outer V and lower lash line with any of these deeper matte colors, and it's gonna be gorgeous. Like, if you use this palette in conjunction with your shimmers or metallic or full shadows, even your glitters and things like that, you can use this in conjunction with those and you are going to have a stunning eyeshadow look. The next one I have is the In the Know palette. This is also an all matte palette from Stila. I love their matte shadows. I love their shadows, period. They blend, they're long wear, they're highly pigmented. They are just high quality shadows. You cannot go wrong with these. This palette is actually very similar to, I believe, the Mind palette that I showed a second ago, but you know, it's a little different. You have a little bit of different shades in here. I love the name. This palette is just, you know, sometimes you get caught up in things, but the names of the shadows on here are just so neat, because it goes along with, like, it makes you think of like a campfire. Air, wind, desert, clay, earth, driftwood, fire, rain, smoke, and ebony. And that's all of the names of these, and I just think that is just so clever. But again, the same quality of these shadows, just beautiful. You're not going to be disappointed if you get this palette. I know this one is an older one, so I'm not really sure. Again, if it's not available, then I won't have a label down. But if it is available, I will label and tell the price and everything like the other ones. This is the Ulta 10-piece eyeshadow and brow collection palette. I really loved the colors of the shades in this palette. I just think the colors in here are just beautiful, and you know, you have this warm color here that you can incorporate in with the cooler shades, and you know, you can transition with these, and I thought, oh man, I could create such a cool look with this and it would just be gorgeous, you know. But unfortunately, I tried to do that today with this look that I have on, and I got the look that I wanted, but I did have to go and grab some shadows from my other palettes, because this was just not as pigmented. You know, when I swatched it, it looked great. The colors showed up pretty true to color, but when I tried to put them on the lid and blend them out, it's like every time I tried to blend, they just kind of disappeared. I personally just would not purchase this. You know, I wouldn't repurchase it or purchase any other ones like this one, because I like for my pigments to be like bam, you know what I mean? Next is the Lorac Pro palette. I absolutely adore this palette. This is just, I cannot say enough good things about it. You have tons of shades. First of all, this whole top row here is matte. These bottom ones down here have shimmer in them. So you can create just about any look you want with this palette. This is going to be a very versatile, probably the most versatile palette. If I wanted to reach for one palette and create any kind of look that I need, a daytime, a nighttime, work, whatever, I could reach for this palette and get a desired look. The quality of all these shadows is like fantastic, and you know, they're going to blend really well. They're going to be long wear. I always use an eye primer for any eyeshadow looks that I do. I think this palette would be great for beginners, but also great for anyone who really likes to get in and do some really creative and bold eyeshadow looks as well. The next three I have are from bhcosmetics, and this is the very first one. This is the That's Heart palette, and I really like this little palette. It is an eyeshadow and blush palette. So you open it up and you have your cute little heart-shaped mirror there, which is just adorable. And then you have your eyeshadows up top, you have a bronzer and a highlight and a blush. And all of these are just, they're great. I mean, you know, some of the sometimes they're a little hit and miss, but most of these shadows in here you're going to be able to work with. I've used this palette several times and I really enjoyed using this. I really enjoy this color blush right here. I think it's just, it gives you just a nice, pretty, fresh wash of color on the cheeks. This is the Take Me to Brazil palette. This one is special to me because this is what I use when I do my like Halloween and all over face painting stuff. And if you haven't seen any of my like face painting, I have the little 15-second videos. I don't really do tutorials on that. But I do have the little 15-second videos just showing some. But this is the palette that I use to help create color and shading where I need it when I'm doing the face, you know, the full face painting. So you can see why this here is just a really colorful, vibrant palette. You know, this is for more along the lines for people who are going to do some really bold, creative makeup looks, or like I've used it for face painting. But the shades are really great. They're fully pigmented, they're easy to work with, and I just really enjoy this palette. The next one I have is the Eyes on the 70s. This is another one from BH Cosmetics that I do generally use for when I'm doing face painting. It comes like this, a really cute little package, and it has the little plastic over the front, and then again you can see just really colorful shades you could use to create some really unique looks with. But that's it for my palette stash. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like this video and share it. It's gonna help me to be able to do more videos in the future, and I hope you have a great day or a great night, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.